Hi, I'm Kathy Hasegawa. More than 30 years ago, my husband, Paul Grosbeck, and I held a meeting that started the Worcester Committee on Homelessness and Housing. We live in Hawaii now, but I would like to take this opportunity to share with you how it all began. It was in the early 1980s, the time of a devastating recession, when many families were becoming homeless as well as individuals. There were only a few shelters in Worcester, and they were for single women and single men. There was nowhere that families could turn. Governor Dukakis, acknowledging that this was happening across the state, pledged that everyone who was homeless would have a bed to sleep in. Paul, who had been the director of the Housing Information Center, and I decided that there should be a meeting of a few agencies to kind of brainstorm how we could get the money from the governor to start meeting the needs in Worcester. Paul called 6 or 7 agencies, and we planned to have the meeting at Abby's house. A day or two before the meeting, we started getting calls from other agencies asking if they could attend. And the day of the meeting, more than 50 people came from more than 30 agencies. The room at Abby's house was packed with people. People were standing in the doorways. They were standing even out into the hall. It was my great privilege to be able to chair that meeting. We had a flip chart which we filled with ideas about what could be done, with statements about what was currently happening, and with the formation of a steering committee of really very highly active people who could start moving the effort forward. Over time, the Worcester Committee on Homelessness and Housing rose to the challenge of becoming a catalyst for both shelter and housing in Worcester. This is how the Worcester Committee on Homelessness and Housing was born. It has gone on to become a part of the Central Massachusetts Housing Alliance. Many thanks to all of you who have been a part of the good work of both the Worcester Committee on Homelessness and Housing and the Central Massachusetts Housing Alliance. I would especially like to thank all of you who will walk in the 30th anniversary Walk for the Homeless. It's the efforts of people like you who make the work of the Central Mass Housing Alliance possible, and who make it that very special organization that started over 3 decades ago at Abby's house.